For this project, we studied the offshore outsourcing relationship between a leader in the financial services sector, who is a large global insurance organisation, and the supplier, who is the Indian-based software giant Tata Consultancy Services, or TCS. This case study demonstrates a successful 8-year relationship between the client and supplier. The relationship started as an outsourcing vendor-client relationship in 2004, and now the supplier has grown to a level of strategic IT partner or advisor. Because of confidentiality concerns, we are not allowed to use the client's name in our case study. For the purpose of this case study, we have adopted the pseudonym PINCO for the client. Tata Consultancy Services is an outsourcing company headquartered in Mumbai, India. It is the largest technology service company in India by revenue and market capitalization. TCS has 142 offices across 47 countries and generates around 30% of India's IT exports. The client, PINCO, is a worldwide leader in insurance, financial protection and wealth management. PINCO's operations are diverse geographically, with major operations in Western Europe, North America and the Asia-Pacific region. PINCO's businesses include life insurance, retirement-related services, mutual funds and investment management. Our project highlights Tata Consultancy Services management of the suitability review system for PINCO's North American business. Suitability review is a process by which the activities of the agents and broker-dealers are monitored, and it is a critical procedure in an insurance company.
We studied the managerial competencies related to communications, knowledge transfer, time and distance, which the supplier TCS follows to maintain a goodwill relationship with the client, PINCO. First, we will address about managing communications between client and the supplier. As the on-site location for client is New Jersey and the offshore development center locations are Chennai and Hyderabad in India, the time zone difference between the client and the supplier is around 9 hours and 30 minutes. This makes it challenging for the offshore team to communicate with the on-site, as they have to mostly take advantage of the asynchronous communication technologies like email and the voicemail. The supplier has provided on-site coordinators or the intermediaries at the client location. The offshore team has also come up with evening shifts to share some overlap with the client's working hours, and this allowed the offshore team to communicate with the clients through synchronous communication technologies like VoIP, instant messaging, audio or video conferencing and screen sharing. We also studied about managing knowledge transfer effectively from client to the supplier. For knowledge transfer, TCS uses standardized templates and forms based on the glossary of terms that the client team and the TCS on-site and remote teams agree on. Apart from providing business architects and SMEs to facilitate knowledge transfer to the offshore team, TCS also insists on cross-platform training between the development and the maintenance teams. A social discussion forum called DevAsk is available to facilitate tacit knowledge transfer between the offshore team and the on-site teams. We also address how knowledge transfer is facilitated with reference to skills, process, domain, and work and culture. For skills, groups like Center of Excellence, Quality Assurance, and for process, TCS mirrors the client organization. For domain, TCS insists on developers taking domain-specific certifications like LOMA and INS certifications. There are also clubs like Toastmasters available for the associates to develop their soft skills.
Finally, we studied about managing distance and time issues with the client. The time difference between on-site and offshore is mitigated by following best practices like standardized communication protocols, effective distribution of project metrics, having shift system to facilitate overlap with clients' working hours, rotation-based weekend coverage to support the project during weekends, and flexible holiday schedule called Flexi Holidays, which allows the associates to plan their holidays in a way to provide maximum level of support for PINCO's business. In our report, we also quoted a case study of how TCS helped PINCO to overcome an issue. TCS has experience of working on a successful project with the client to homogenize their IT systems and processes. As mentioned already, our client PINCO has operations in Western Europe, North America and the Asia-Pacific region. PINCO acquired a life insurance company in Indonesia. The policy administration of the acquired company was running on legacy systems. The legacy system technology was unstable and not up to the PINCO standards. PINCO decided to retire the legacy system and wanted to migrate to core homogenized platform, which reduces the risk involved in IT infrastructure and also reduces the maintenance cost. PINCO turned to TCS for the legacy system migration effort, as TCS had in-depth knowledge of PINCO's system. TCS analyzed the gaps in the legacy system of the acquired company and helped in building the missing capabilities and migrated the data of 68,000 policy information from the legacy system to the core homogenized platform in about 6 months. This study shows how the supplier is gaining knowledge about the client system and how they are making use of that knowledge to gain more projects in future. This sort of client-vendor lock-in contributes for long-time relationship between the client and the supplier. To conclude, we believe that for a successful client-supplier offshore outsourcing relationship, there is a lot of processes and practices to be followed to ensure trust in the relationship. The supplier should be flexible enough to mirror the client's organization, practices, processes, and work culture. Outsourcing can be beneficial to both the client and the supplier only if there is no exploitation involved. Thank you.